All right, hey folks, today is April 7th, Tuesday, April 7th. I'm back again for another daily video and daily check-in. Again, so this is my journey going through and building 8 apps by the end of the year. I have already built 2 apps. The one of the apps is what you're seeing right now. It's called Daypath. Daypath is a goal accomplishment app which allows you to enter in your whatever your annual goal is or whatever you want to complete by the end of the year, and then it breaks it down into quarters, months, and even weekly milestones. This is that app. I've been doing more research and things of that nature in this particular app. Like as you can see here, here's my number one goal. I haven't gone through the daily check-in yet, so this priority has not been updated just yet. But let's just go through some of the things I accomplished yesterday. I had a very productive yesterday. Um, or productive Monday. I was able to complete my third and fourth customer interview. So now I have 5 interviews. Also went through and drafted a 3 sentence value proposition for both Court Crew and Daypath. And then here, experiment with creating reaction videos. I actually created the first thing, I tested it out and then created my first reactions video. I just wanted to see if I can do it. But that's going to be something I'll probably end up, doing and putting on my YouTube channel kind of going forward. So if you're interested in that type of content, it'll be here as well. And then what else here? Develop a collection of TikTok videos to produce. I did that. And then analyze the 5 user interviews. So that was probably one of the biggest things that helped push Daypath forward yesterday was one, completing those AI interviews. Now have 5 complete and doing the analysis of that. So I'm going to create a separate video that kind of details what that whole process looks like. So make sure you look for that either today or later this week when it comes to actually breaking down what those AI interviews, what type of information and insights I got from it, and then how I collected it and analyzed those insights into specific recommendations or things of that nature, and using how we're segmenting these particular groups and going to start marketing based off that. So it's also going to be a number of things I'm going to change within the app based on this. So again, I'm going to develop a new playlist and series as based off of like building Daypath and adjusting Daypath and then essentially growing Daypath. What I'm doing now is just specifically on all the apps that I'm trying to go through. So I'm gonna actually have a separate video series that's just on Daypath alone, as well as any other app, other apps as I build those kind of moving forward. So you can kind of see what that process from start to finish kind of looks like, how I'm using various tools, and things of that nature. I think that could be interesting when it comes to just kind of going through that process because I'm starting to kind of lay out the foundation of what that process looks like day to day. So again, a lot of good things done. We're gonna jump into the daily check-in. So again, as we know before, every single check-in that we have, reflects on the day before. So this kind of goes through and just says, hey, here's your reflection of the previous day. I completed 8 tasks. My mood was good. And then here's the summary. Hey, you had an incredibly productive day, crushing your UI certification and making major headway on customer interviews and video content. It's wonderful to see that you embracing this scary but liberating shift into business ownership while maintaining a good mood. Your focus on building a digital nomad lifestyle is clearly paying off through this impressive momentum. So to me, I like that positive message, just a positive message that, I can consume in the morning and say, hey, I see you, you're moving forward and keep up the momentum. Let's go ahead and move forward. I am feeling so the next step on this is always is, assessing your energy, assessing your mood, how you're feeling, and it takes note of this. So today I'm feeling good, and it has a small AI insight there. I'm gonna back this up. I've already kind of gone through my gratitude. So 3 things that I'm grateful for: the fact that I was able to complete and analyze those AI interviews. I think it brought a lot of good insight that I can like do myself, right? Like I said, it doesn't substitute actually going out and getting real user feedback, but it can help move along the process pretty quickly. And I think that's the big thing to take away from this more than anything else. It's just like now I can take that and then use those insights to improve the app in different ways. That way I can better reach people that I'm trying to reach out there in the market, right? And I think that's one of the key things that I'm trying to make sure we go out and do there. So um, I'm thankful for my supportive family, man. At the end of the day, like you need people around you that's not like pushing you down, but lifting you up, right? And right now they're doing that when it comes to me pursuing this goal, me pursuing what I'm trying to achieve with this, in this challenge, right? I think that's really fun. And the last thing, I'm thankful really for being able having the ability to start pursuing this dream, pursuing this challenge, and building these apps and creating products that can, help people in their daily lives. Like to me, I'm really thankful for that opportunity. All right, let's go to the next one. We're not going to spend too much time here, but I did um input my daily journal. And really what the journal is just saying, how can you channel today's good energy into your creative work? And I really just said, hey, listen, I want to start developing more videos that are based off of how that process works, like going through the AI interview process. What's the actual prompt in order to get to generate these AI characters in the first place, right? And then to make them real and human. And then how do you go through the process of it going through the interview and what type of questions do you ask and things of that nature. And then how do you go through round all that out into and synthesize it into an output that you can take and then move on to other. That's one of the things that I want to make sure that that I want to start sharing. And then like I said, different changes I'm making, how I'm thinking through those decisions and then what I'm doing after that when it comes to marketing and distribution and letting people know about what these apps actually are. All right, so here's some tasks. So again, the fourth step here or the fifth step is about the task. So this one's been carrying over. I haven't so and since I just completed the analysis, now I can start looking through to see if there are some quick wins that I can change pretty quickly inside the app in order to address some of the problems. So I'll start thinking through that a little bit more. This is the video I was talking about, that create AI custom discovery videos to talk through the interview and results. And then start to plan how I adjust the app based off the interview results. And then lastly, review a funnel tool called Quizly that I recently purchased that allows me to really kind of, you know, enhance my marketing to really bucket and segment individuals to give them the right message at the right time. And I think that's really key. I think a lot of people just say, hey, here's one message for everybody, but different people you're trying to attract or different particular or potential customers you're trying to attract could have different issues and different ways of looking at things. So you have to talk to them in different ways and talk about your app and what you're building in different ways because different parts of the app may attract them more than it would a different type of individual, right? So that's what we're kind of going through. I'll start looking through that a little bit more. All right, so we'll go ahead. It's going to recommend here. And then they send a record. I'm gonna say this is good as well. I'm gonna keep this one as far as my top. Create AI custom discovery video to talk through interviewing results. While you're feeling good, recording your discovery video is the most critical step to synthesizing your final findings into the documented AI workflow you need for this week's milestone. It bridges the gap between raw data and the repeatable system needed to scale your next 6 apps. I completely agree with that, right? So this is the video. I'm going to be working on this today. It'll probably end up be published either today or tomorrow, but you'll see it in the playlist that I'm gonna have on my YouTube channel. So just check that out. It's gonna be interesting. Like I said, I'm gonna have a building day path or something like that title on that playlist. And then we can kind of go in, you can kind of see what that looks like. But yeah, so that we're gonna keep that, and then let's do this as our plan and path for today. So now um, you see here, the priority for today is create AI custom discovery video and talk through interview process and results, right? So that's one thing we're gonna be focused on today. So I think that's all I have for you today, but this is gonna be an interesting day when it comes to creating these videos, and I hope you stick with me to see what that next video looks like. All right, take it easy.